Okay, so today I thought I'd do something a little different. I thought I would do a comparison between two machine-made cigars. The first being the White Owl New Yorker, which comes in a individually packaged foil wrapped cigar. And the second one will be the King Edward Imperial. They come in your traditional cellophane wrap, like so. You peel it back and you take it off. Regardless of which cigar it is, it comes already pre-punched, but I always take a cutter and I snip the end to get a little better flow. So right off the bat, we're going to do the King Edward, which I have reviewed before. This is a very, very light colored wrapper, and this is a homogenized tobacco sheet wrapper. It's basically tobacco paper that they use instead of using a leaf of tobacco. This is the Perfecto blend. It has a point at the end and of course the opening that I've clipped off. Corona with a tip is basically what these Perfectos are. And that's about a 40-inch, or excuse me, a 40 ring gauge. And what you'll find with these cigars is that they're very mild. Now, these have been produced since like 1912. And they were at one time the best-selling cigar in America, if not the world. Swisher, still today, produces 2 to 3 billion cigars a year. 2 to 3 billion. Okay, that's an awful lot of cigars. So people smoke them, and I'm one of them. Got a little run on this one, probably because I didn't light it up correctly. But that's the thing you're going to notice about these machine maids. They burn very, very quickly. So this Corona, which would normally take 30 minutes with a hand-rolled cigar, takes about half that much time. 15 minutes max for me to smoke one of these things. They're very, very mild. They have kind of a graham cracker taste to them, which is pleasing on the palate. They are also extremely easy to retrohale. Through the sinus cavity so easily. Very, very mild in flavor once again. Okay, so that is the King Edward Imperial. Very mild, very pleasant. I really like this cigar. And I smoke a lot of these machine maids. I really do, simply for cost-wise. Okay, I'm going to cleanse my palate with a highball. That is a traditional highball of beer, excuse me, bourbon and ginger beer. Okay, next cigar, the New Yorker. Once again, pre-punched, but I'm going to clip the end. I want to get a better draw. Now, as you look at this cigar, this is a really well-made, machine-made cigar. I'm always impressed by these. A little darker in color. It uses the homogenized tobacco sheet wrapper as well. As a matter of fact, White Owl is the ones who invented it, came out with it. It's basically paper made from tobacco scraps. And White Owl's been making these cigars since 1887, and the New Yorker in particular since the 1950s when they made this cigar for the New York World's Fair. This cigar is very, very uniformly made. Very impressive. The burn always impresses me because they're so uniform. They burn slower than some of the other brands, the Swisher products, the, oh gosh, what's the other guy, the big guy? Dutch Masters, some of the others. This cigar burns slower. And it's got a nutty flavor to it, like a cashew or a hazelnut. It's very, very nice. I always enjoy a White Owl cigar. They have a sister cigar or a brother cigar. Airborne. There we go. Get those Master Blaster wings up there. Called William Penn. And it's a delicious cigar too. Not as firm in the pack, but it burns uniformly, burns completely. It's very nice. And nutty again. You would think the two were made of the exact same ingredients, the exact same tobacco blend in the exact same factory, but they're not. These are made in Dothan, Alabama, which is 2 hours away from where I live. But I can't get these here. I have to order these cigars from JR Cigars up in Burlington, North Carolina, by the 50-pack. Beautiful burn all the way around. Ash is pretty tight, but most machine maids don't last when it comes to the ash. But the thing that impresses me always is the burn. Okay, going back to the Swisher King Edward. It's milder. So which can you choose from? Which would you prefer? Or which do I prefer? It's a good question. Cleansing my palate with a highball between each cigar. It's a hard choice. It really is. You get the nuttiness of the White Owl versus the smooth mildness of the King Edward. So it's anybody's guess. You have to try them yourself and see which one you prefer. For me, whatever I've got on hand is what I'm going to smoke. I pick up the King Edwards by the 5-pack at my local Piggly Wiggly for $3.25 a 5-pack. That makes them about 60 cents a cigar. The New Yorkers come to me from JR in North Carolina, and they are $41, $42 for 50. Okay, so it's still a good value. So let me just say this in ending. I like them both. If I had to choose between one or the other, it would basically be, what do I have on hand? So I'm going to end it with that. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Listen, if you have tried both of them and you have a preference, tell me. And thank you, and good night.